G'day, g'day. Welcome to another episode of Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage. Today we are playing with a Dinky Toys Rambler Countryman, which is this one here, and a Lone Star Rambler Wagon. So we'll do these two at the same time because they're the ones which are close to each other. You know that the Ramblers, they are different to that one, which is also a Rambler from Dinky Toys, but that one is coming at a later time. So we're going to concentrate on these ones. So if you want to come along for the journey, I'm going over to the workbench and I hope to see you there. So welcome over to the workbench. I know. Don't sing, Michael, don't sing. That'll be a good start. Here we go. All right. We have a Dinky Toys Rambler Cross Country Meccano Limited, made in England, and it's very hard to see what the number is where my thumb is there. Let's see if she'll focus. I think it looks like a 193, 195. Anyway, I'm not worried about the numbers so much, but let's have a look at it while we've got it in my hands. As you can see, it's been overpainted. The window unit is in good condition. Got little bits of paint on it. The front bumper, grille and lights are intact. I'm assuming that that's a separate unit to the rest of the casting. The rear bumper is intact, and again I'm making the assumption that it's a separate casting. It does have 4 boots on it. Whether we're using them or making new ones, that's undecided. Here is the Lone Star Roadmasters version, and it just says a Rambler station wagon, and this is a 150 scale, so it is slightly smaller than the Dinky version. So the Dinky version's more of a 143. But when you have them apart like that, when you quickly look at them, they almost look the same size. There isn't that much difference in them. But in any case, again, let's have a looky-see on this one. This is the original colour. It's play worn. The window unit is scratched, but we'll see if we can't recover. I'm hoping we can recover. Let's see if there we go. So we've got to do a fair amount of work on the screen on this one. Again, the front bumper, grille and lights are intact, as is the rear bumper. And this one has 4 rubber booties, and they will do just nicely. So I'll bring you back and we'll pull these apart. All right, now that I've got me picking tools. So let's pull these apart. There is one post up the front that I used my burr tool to take out, and it has a tab in the back. Yeesh! Download that suspension. So we should be able to but I may leave that to off camera for the back tyres, but there's the front set of wheels. Come on, give a bit of push, there we go. There's the rear wheels. We'll give the axle a bit of a clean up. She's quite in there, so we'll stick this into the calcium, lime and rust, or the CLR. We'll let that soak. So where's my tub? Where's my tub? Michael, where's your tub? So there's a tub for that and that. The rear bumper has already come out. Like I said, that's already intact. Everything's falling out on us. The front bumper and grille has come out. So that just sits in place. And we'll put that aside. And our window unit. So there's no interior. Yeesh, what's that? I don't want to know. Yeesh. So that's our interior. All our legs on this interior. Our screen, our window unit. Boy, oh boy. Brain fades with us today. So that's good that we have all our legs for our window unit, because that goes onto the base and holds it all up in place. Whilst there is a couple of markings here and here, so there may have been at one point where they did have posts to attach this. So that needs to be cleaned up. And that leaves us now with our casting. Just let's do a quick check again on the casting. Do we have any broken pillars? Doesn't look like it. So as I mentioned before, the base comes into this tab here and one post. Here we go with the Dinky toys again, and same sort of thing. One post, which I've used the burr tool, and it hooks in on the back. So let's see what surprises we get on this one. Now I'll leave enough of the head of the mushroom on there so that it can click back into place, and use a bit of super duper. Use Martin Dare's glue. But occasionally we're doing some experiments. So I've done an experiment on a car which I haven't featured on the channel as yet. And well, at time of me doing this video, I haven't aired it, but by the time you see this one, I may have aired it. So I've done something new, or something that I haven't done for a while. and you may need to take a little bit more off. Just stand by for a moment, I'll bring these back. And we're back. Yeah, I just needed to press a little bit harder on the base to pull it up over the mushroom. And we have a bent over unit here that goes through the back of the vehicle. Again, the wheels need to stay on. Might be able to get the front ones off, but the rear ones need to keep you in camera, are held in up the top here. So I'll put the base in some hot water to see if we can get these tyres off. But at daybreak, again, no biggie, we have the means of making more tyres. So this does have the steering. So we'll put that in there. We'll stick the whole base into this CLR. This one does have an interior. It is a vacuum formed interior. So very flimsy, so we're going to take our bit of care in getting it out, because it may come out with the window unit. Because these are very, very flimsy. Just needed to break the seal. There we go. Like I said, the dirt and paint has gone inside here. That glued it on, but we've managed to get it out without breaking it. As you can see here, it is quite thin. But considering that these things are 60 years old, it's held together quite well. I wish I could say that. I'm 63 at the time of this posting here. And yeah. All right. To get the rear bumper out, we need to squeeze these tabs, maybe. But if we're careful enough, we might be able to get them out. I don't think so. But to get the front out, by the looks of things, we need to take this head off here. It's like the Rolls Royces, the front grills. We'll take this part out, and that should drop out. And this is held in by a post. And as you can see, it does have a crack emanating from that post from when it was pushed on. So we'll grind that down to get the glass out, and I'll do that off camera, so we shall see you shortly. All right, so we've managed to get the screen out without making the crack go any further. We do have some paint on it, but it's in reasonable condition. Like I said earlier, it was in good condition. It is in good condition. So we can stick that into our disinfectant bath. All I did was, again, just use the bird tool on my Dremel. Just took the mushroom head off, And as you can see, this is the colour that the car should have been. It's a yellow colour. It may go back that colour, I don't know yet. Our rear bumper, we were able to get out without breaking the tabs. Thank you, Fumble Fingers. You've been a good boy. Good boy. So we can stick that into there. Now, the front bumper and grille, that is cast. And nicely, I was about to ground the head off that, and I go, hang on, that moved. So this is a pin. If you have a, I'll see if I can, without Fumble Fingers not dropping it. You can see it's got burrs all over it. Come on, focus, focus. Enhance, enhance. No. Let's see if she'll focus. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Now the camera doesn't want to do it. You'll get just a quick glance at it, but it has little piece in there. So that is a press fit. I'm not going to press it in too hard, just enough to hold it in place so we won't lose it. So we don't need to glue this back in. Undecided if I'm going to re-chrome it, or is that just a polish? I don't know. But I shall sort that out when the time comes. So that leaves us with both our castings. So, where are we going to end it from next? It's either clean up or stripping. You'll have to wait and see. So I managed to get the rubber boots of the Dinky Rambler Countryman, or Estate, whatever you like to call it. I'll just call it a Rambler wagon now, on for both of them. So I will be sticking them into the disinfectant along with the screens to see what colour they're actually supposed to be. Because I initially thought that they were painted along with the car, but now that I've got the inside, they may have been white. So let's see if we can't restore them. If not, we'll turn them into white walls. Now, as you can see here, I've gotten the rear axle out of the Dinky base, and I did it using the normal, well, a usual method that has been is you get a needle nose file, find the end that has the smallest mushroom. Let's, come on, camera, focus. See, that's got a big mushroom domed head, and this one isn't as pronounced. Normally it is a case of using the file, going round, taking a fair amount off, and then pulling the axle off, and then you either, when you put it back together again, you have to peen it over so that you get a mushroomed head. You know, whether using a hammer drill or you use a ball pinned hammer and go tap, 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 tap all the way around. There's that method. But again, I have to thank Nick, Craport Nick, for showing this puller. Very handy. And I'll show you in a moment. I might be able to do it now already. Let's give it a try. And that's a matter of getting the, as you can see, it has an open end. Now I've already changed the shaft, because you get 3 sizes, to one that fits inside the hole. And make sure that it goes to the center of your piece, and then slowly turn it out. Just give me a moment, because I've just got to check to see where we're at with the camera. Because I make a fool of myself enough as it is. No, we're not quite there yet. So I just need to do a little bit more filing, and when I'm ready to use the puller, I'll bring you back with it. All right, I've taken enough of the mushroomed end off to still keep the tyre on, or the hub on I should say, not the tyre, the hub. But now we've got this in place, and we give it a couple of twists, and there's our hub off. As you can see, we still have a little bit of a burr on the end, so that we'll undo this so we can get our, retract our hub, so that when it comes time to put our hub on, instead of having to ping that over, we just need to hit it enough to get that mushroomed end out again. Just like I've done on this one. One side will slide. Well, actually got both sides sliding, but it's not coming off. So let's just push this one all the way through. So we'll get our little hammer. Almost there. There we go. Now we're through. Sorry about that. I hope you haven't got a headache. So there's our wheel sliding on our axle. But when it comes time to pull off, she's not coming off. So that is going to be a bonus. So we'll put these hubs in a safe place so that we can put these items into a bath of disinfectant. All right, let's get some tubs ready. See you in a moment. So we're going to do a bit of clean up. So we're going to put the wheels and hubs from the Lone Star in there, because we're not pulling them apart. We're going to put the wheels and the axles and hubs from the Dinky in there as well, just to clean up, we're going to put our tyres in there, just to clean up and wash. That's the rear bumper. Don't need to do the bumpers at the moment. We can put, I should say, that's the bumper for the Dinky. We've already polished up the front for the Dinky, so we'll put them aside for a moment. We can put the interior in there and let it soak. We'll do the same thing with our screens, just to get rid of most of the dirt, the grubbiness. And that's the grill for the Lone Star. Now, in this other tub, well, I'll just move things a bit round, is we're going to put some CLR, some calcium lime and rust, give it a bit of a shake. Good thing I'm not a child anymore. So this will help get rid of the rust that's on the base or on the suspension. So I'll have to get a new bottle of this, I think, because we're out of that one. So I'm going to go and see if Julie and Marty are home, because I want to borrow Julie's toothbrush. So if I'm successful, we shall be back with some toothbrushes. Geez, Marty's a hard man to get on with. I had a bit of a struggle. But Julie said, go on, Marty, let Michael from Graves in Australia Doghouse Salvage use the toothbrush. He's one of your followers. So, and he's an Aussie. So, let him use it. And so I am. Anyway, so let's go rub-a-dub-dub. Don't sing, Michael. Rub-a-dub-dub, toothbrush in a tub. Rub-a-dub-dub, toothpaste in a tub. Now we're just getting the main dirt off. As you can see, we've got paint on it. And from there, we're going to go into this tub, which is, in this case, disinfectant. Now, it doesn't have to be Dettol. It can be a cheap supermarket brand of disinfectant, because they all have a bit of caustic soda in it, just a mild, or peroxide in it, to help strip the paint. This is the screen was dirty and scratched up. As we can see, or we can't see, it does have something on the screen. Feels like an adhesive. There we go. That's off. Whether that was from, I'm assuming that would be from factory, because this wasn't opened until I got my grubby little hands onto it. So looks nice while it's wet. I will have another look at it after we come out of the disinfectant. Again, this is our vacuum formed interior. This we won't put in the detail. We'll just leave it out to air dry. This is the rear bumper. No, geez, I need to put my glasses on. This is the front bumper to the Lone Star. It's all right, we still have it here. So we'll stick that all in the detail. So I'll keep carrying on with what we've got here. Yes, we're out of camera shot. I know. I heard you. Don't need to shout. I heard you. I'm not deaf. Well, some people say I am. So we'll keep that aside. What's next? Well, we're pulling out next. This is the rear bumper to the Lone Star, because the other two were die cast and they polished up quite well, so we don't need to do anything more with them. We like to run away, don't we? Yeah, well, if you're around me, I'm not surprised that you want to run away. Anyway, rub-a-dub-dub. So we'll put that with the tyre. What are we left with? We're left with these rubbers. We need some rubbers. Why do we need some rubbers? Well, I can tell you in a moment. Okay, these were white tyres. If you watch the screen closely, and this is just with soap and water. So that's nice that they're coming up, and because we're in hot water, it's also softened up the tyres a little bit. We do have a bit of a flat spot, but I'm not too concerned about that. We'll keep that out for the moment. Where are my other tyres? Where are my other rubbers? So if we've gone from that to that. Amazing. It's amazing. Let's see if we'll do it for the other tyres. Thank you, Julie, for letting me use your toothbrush. I haven't seen Kevin around for a while, so he might be out in the bush, out with Marty. Anyway, we'll keep carrying on here. I will go and find that tyre now. Don't worry, we have it. Fumble fingers found it. So, all right, that's long enough. All we're doing is more of the same. We're just cleaning. We come back and we'll see if we're in the stripper machine. See you in a moment. Okie dokie. We have painted our base. The rust has been removed, so we can put that aside. Same thing on the Lone Star one. If I hold it the right way. All right, again, the rust has been removed, so I'm going to put that aside. We have our screens It's nice and clean. This is the Dinky one because it's got the hole in the top. So we'll just quickly give that a dunking in the floor polish, and we shall set it there. This is the one from the Lone Star. I don't want to take it too much further. This is our worst side, but we'll see if she will come good. No holes in the top that we can grab, so we'll have to get it by the foot. And of course we've dropped it in there. Anyway, I'll bring it out. You don't need to see me struggle with that, and we'll get them under cover. So we're here to what everybody's been waiting for, the Gravesend Australia die-cast salvage world famous stripper venue. Our strippers here are ready. Our participants are ready. Now they like to do a little bit of a swimming for you, but for that we're going to need some hot water. So just a little bit at a time. So here we've got one of them has come already, and that was the Dinky Toys one. So because of the colouring of the water, we can see our paints are coming off. So they're asking for some more water. So let's give it to them. Just a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. As you can see, there's still plenty of soda in there. And that shows you that we are working quite well. The strippers are working quite well. Our participants are very happy. They're happy, happy, happy. All right. So we'll let them play with each other, and we shall see you guys in a moment when we wipe ourselves down, because we've been with strippers. See you in a moment. So we dried ourselves off. We got rid of some of our fun juice, and we're now going to use a scourer to make it go shiny, shiny. Now there are some that will use a wire brush, that's fine. It's whatever you want. Sometimes I use a brass bristle brush, but this is just another method. As people also, it's all quite often say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Not that I want to skin a cat. I do like cats. We've got have a few up at Gravesend. Might need the brass bristle brush on that back section. Just makes it a little bit easier. just to get into that tight area. Might need to run the file across the edge of that. But we've gone from that to that. We're just using this. So this one that I'm doing now is the Dinky version. There's the difference from dull to shiny. And by the looks of things, it had a roof rack. So I suppose I need to create one. I wasn't prepared for that. In any case, we'll see about making a roof rack for it. I'll carry on cleaning these up off camera. We shall see you shortly. Well, it is that time for painting. For painting. The other vehicle is still being worked on, but we'll get started on this one. So, here we go. You have got this on grey primer. So that's our first coat. Looks very nice. I like it. And we shall bring you back. Don't knock it, fumble fingers. We'll bring you back shortly. This is just a reminder as to what I started with at the beginning of this episode. And here we are now. Is the result of our two Rambler wagons. This weathered looking one, or the rust effect and everything, this one is the Dinky Toys cross-country wagon, and this is the Lone Star Rambler station wagon. What have we done with them? Of course we stripped them. We've repainted them. This used to be green and white. It is now a cream and white. We've painted the front and rear bumpers. On this one, I'll come back to this one. With the Lone Star one, we've put in rhinestone headlights on there to enhance it. We have cleaned and polished the screen. It is now all clear. That's all the way through. So she's come up really nice. Now with the Dinky one, like everything, we've cleaned it, stripped it, repainted it. We just polished up the front and rear bumpers. We painted in taillights. We painted the car green and with a white roof. You should be seeing a photo about now as to my inspiration for this one. So it's not exactly the same, but it was my inspiration. And you should be seeing a photo about now for the inspiration for the Lone Star vehicle. Anyway, getting back to the Dinky one, we stripped it, painted it. We then rubbed it back with a light grey sandpaper. We used a paint called a rust effect that we painted on. Then we sanded that back a little bit. And then we used the browns, gold and yellows from makeup powder to dull out our areas. So I'm happy with the results. I hope you are too. And we'll catch you next time on Graves in Australia, Diecast Salvage. Bye for now.